I stepped off the emerald with the tongue like desert sand, with 20 silver shillings clenched inside my shaking hand. The salt was in my eyebrows and the brine was in my bones. I'd heard the sirens singing, but I preferred the tavern's tones. Oh, the harbour lights are blinking and the evening's getting dim, and the local fish are wondering why I'm looking quite so grim. For I'm the thirstiest sailor in the whole of County Cork. I can drain a gallon swifter than a farmer uses a fork. From the lee down to the jetty, let the heavy stout flow free, for the ocean's made of water and that's not the drink for me. I marched into the rusty anchor and I hammered on the wood. The barman saw my dusty throat and knew I was up to no good. He poured a pint of darkness with a head of snowy weight. I finished it in seconds and I roared into the night. The locals started staring as I ordered up 3 more, and the barmaid started sweating as I paced across the floor. For I'm the thirstiest sailor in the whole of County Cork. I can drain a gallon swifter than a farmer uses a fork. From the lee down to the jetty, let the heavy stout flow free, for the ocean's made of water and that's not the drink for me. By midnight I was singing to a barrel in the hall. I told it all my secrets till I couldn't see the wall. They say the sea is bottomless, a vast and deep abyss, but it's nothing to the hollow in a belly such as this. The moon is rising higher and the keg is running dry. If they don't find another, I think I might surely die. For I'm the thirstiest sailor in the whole of County Cork. I can drain a gallon swifter than a farmer uses a fork. From the lee down to the jetty, let the heavy stout flow free, for the ocean's made of water and that's not the drink for me. Now some men crave the gold and silk and some they crave the fame, but give me just a liquid that can put the sun to shame. I've sailed the 7 seas and felt the freezing northern gale, but the only wind I'm chasing is the scent of Irish ale. For I'm the thirstiest sailor in the whole of County Cork. I can drain a gallon swifter than a farmer uses a fork. From the lee down to the jetty, let the heavy stout flow free, for the ocean's made of water and that's not the drink for me. Yeah, the ocean's made of water, keep the water for the fish. I'll take another pint, boys, in all of Cork. Yay!
The night began with logic and a quiet little seat, a civilized discussion on the rain and on the heat. But the first pint led to stories and the second led to song. By the time we hit the 4th one, nothing could go wrong. The logic started leaking like a bucket in the rain, and the wisdom started fleeing from the corners of my brain. It was 8 pints deep and one terrible idea. I thought I'd climb the steeple just so everyone could hear. A plan so grand and foolish that it seemed a work of art, with a belly full of Guinness and a very brave heart. By the 5th and 6th I told the boys I'll jump the garden wall and ride the neighbour's donkey through the centre of the mall. The 7th pint convinced me I could speak to ghosts and birds. I stood upon the tabletop with slurred and mighty words. The barman shook his head and said you'd best be sitting down, but I was busy planning how to rule this entire town. It was 8 pints deep and one terrible idea. I thought I'd shave the sheriff just so everyone could hear. A plan so grand and foolish that it seemed a work of art, with a belly full of Guinness and a very brave heart. The 8-pint was the hammer that hit the final nail. I decided I should build a boat, and to the moon I'd sail. I'd use the pub's front door for wooden curtains for the sheet. I'd be the first drunk astronaut to walk a lunar street. My friends were all applauding as I reached for my left shoe, convinced that every word I said was absolutely true. It was 8 pints deep and one terrible idea. I thought I'd fight a giant just so everyone could hear. A plan so grand and foolish that it seemed a work of art, with a belly full of Guinness and a very brave heart. The morning brought the sunlight and a headache like a drum. I realized that I'd woken up inside a hollow drum. My pockets were all empty and my pants were in a tree. That terrible idea had been the bitter end of me. Hey! Was 8 pints deep and one terrible idea. I thought I'd marry the statue just so everyone could hear. A plan so grand and foolish that it seemed a work of art, with a belly full of Guinness and a very brave heart. Just one more pint! What could go wrong? I've got a great idea, boys. Listen to me. When the rain is lashing down on the roof of the Grey Goose, and my grip upon my senses is a little bit too loose, my Molly's at the doorway with her hands upon her hips, while the golden nectar's waiting for the coming of my lips. She shouts about the rent and how I'm always at the pub, but I'm staring at the bubbles in this lovely little tub. Oh, it's my girlfriend yelling and my dog starts to bark, and the sky outside is turning cold and miserable and dark. But I'm holding on to hope, and I'm holding on to pride, and my last pint of the evening staying safely here inside. Old Barney, that's the terrier, he's nipping at me heels. He knows where the hunger in the belly truly feels. He wants to go for walking while she wants to go to bed, but I've got visions of the brewery dancing in my head. She says it's me or Guinness as she points toward the street, while Barney does a somersault and lands upon my feet. Oh, it's my girlfriend yelling and my dog starts to bark, and the sky outside is turning cold and miserable and dark. But I'm holding on to hope, and I'm holding on to pride, and my last pint of the evening staying safely here inside. I looked at Molly's temper and I looked at Barney's tail, then I looked into the amber of my beautiful pale ale. The world is full of conflict and the world is full of strife, but a man must choose his battles in this complicated life. I took a sip of heaven as she grabbed her coat to leave. I've a feeling there'll be peace tonight, I truly do believe. Oh, it's my girlfriend yelling and my dog starts to bark, and the sky outside is turning cold and miserable and dark. But I'm holding on to hope, and I'm holding on to pride, and my last pint of the evening staying safely here inside. Now Molly's gone to mother's and the dog has found a bone, and I am sitting quietly and finally alone. The silence is a treasure that is worth its weight in gold, as I finish off the finest drink that ever was been sold. Oh, let the girlfriend holler, let the dog go on and bark. I don't care if the weather's getting miserable and dark, for I'm holding on to joy and I'm holding on to pride, and my last pint of the evening is now warm and safe inside. The jig at night, Molly, quiet Barney, just me and the glass, the perfect night.
When the sun hit the floor like a hammer on lead. I woke with the choir of trolls in my head. The tea was too hot and the toast was too dry. I looked at the clouds and I started to cry. But there on the shelf sat a bottle of gold with the story of healing that had to be told. Just a drop for the shiver, just a drop for the pain, to put some horsepower back into my brain. It's whiskey before breakfast, whiskey after two. It's the only way to see the day and make it through the blue. The world start to shimmer, the birds start to sing. When the amber is blowing, I feel like a king. By 11 o'clock I was feeling quite grand. I was waving a fork like a conductor's wand. The neighbours looked in and they saw me quite merry. My nose had turned red like a ripe winter berry. It's medicine, they shouted, it's herbal and pure. It's the ancient and mystical Celtic man's cure. The room started spinning but in a nice way. I think I'll be having a marvellous day. It's whiskey before breakfast, whiskey after two. It's the only way to see the day and make it through the blue. The world start to shimmer, the birds start to sing. When the amber is flowing, I feel like a king. Now lunch was a liquid and dinner was too. I've forgotten the things that I'm supposed to do. The clock on the wall says it's 1:30. I go for a walk but I don't know quite how. If breakfast is over then supper is near, and the pot of the bottle is perfectly clear. The moon is a lemon, the stars are like ice, and having another would be awfully nice. It's whiskey before breakfast, whiskey after two. It's the only way to see the day and make it through the blue. The world start to shimmer, the birds start to sing. When the amber is flowing, I feel like a king. They say it's a habit, they say it's a sin, but look at the glow on my weathered old skin. It's better than porridge, it's better than eggs. It puts the foundation right back in my legs. It's whiskey before breakfast, whiskey after two. It's the only way to see the day and make it through the blue. The world starts to shimmer, the birds start to sing. When the amber is flowing, I feel like a king. Pass the bottle. Is it Tuesday? I'll have the cornflakes. Hold the flakes. Just the juice. The grain juice.
I crept through the garden of number 14, the stealthiest sailor that Ireland has seen. I slipped off my boots so the floorboards would sleep, while up to the bedroom I started to creep. I saw a dark figure tucked under the sheet, and I thought, Lord, my Molly looks exceptionally sweet. I dived in the bed with a giggle and a grin, thinking how lucky a man I had been. Oh, I'm the man who shouldn't have gone home that night. I should have stayed out till the morning was bright, for the house was the wrong one, the bed wasn't mine, and things were about to be far from divine. I whispered, hey Molly, give us a kiss, but the voice that replied gave me nothing but bliss. It was deep as a cavern and rough as a stone, and it chilled every marrow inside of me bone. It wasn't my Molly, all tender and slight, but O'Malley the butcher prepared for a fight. He turned on the lamp with a look of pure dread. What is a sailor doing here in my bed? Oh, I'm the man who shouldn't have gone home that night. I should have stayed out till the morning was bright, for the house was the wrong one, the bed wasn't mine, and things were about to be far from divine. I flew down the stairs with my pants in my hand, the fastest retreat in the whole of the land. Through the window I dived, through the hedge I did crash, with O'Malley behind me preparing to thrash. I ran past the church and I ran past the school, realizing I'd been a colossal old fool. The dogs were all barking, the town was awake, as I realized I'm the man who shouldn't have gone home that night. I should have stayed out till the morning was bright. For the house was the wrong one, the bed wasn't mine, and things were about to be far from divine.
One door to the left, and I'd be in my bed, with a pillow of feathers beneath my poor head. But I took the right turn, and I ended up there, with a hairy old butcher and no underwear.
Oh, I'm the man who shouldn't have gone home that night. I should have stayed out till the morning was bright. For the house was the wrong one, the bed wasn't mine, and things were about to be far from divine.
Run for it!
I'm never going home again, I live in the woods. Oh, the pub, yeah, the pub.
The tide rolled me in like a piece of old wood. I was soaked to the bone and I felt pretty good. By which I mean numb from my toes to my head. I was certain the doctors would mark me as dead. The seagulls were eyeing my shiny brass coat as I lay on the sand near the wreck of the boat. But then through the fog came a familiar sound of boots hitting pebbles on the cold harbour ground.
Hey! Get up, Finnegan, there's still beer in the keg. Stop acting like you've got a wooden old leg. The taps are all open, the foam's rising high. It's a terrible, terrible evening to die.
I opened one eye and I saw Paddy's face, the ugliest sight in the whole human race. He said, "Finny, my lad, you've been gone for a week. There's a hole in your boot and a tear on your cheek." But Murphy just opened a barrel of black, and he says he won't charge if you finally come back. My heart gave a thump and my spirit did rise as the light of the tavern reflected my eyes.
Hey! Get up, Finnegan, there's still beer in the keg. Stop acting like you've got a wooden old leg. The taps are all open, the foam's rising high. It's a terrible, terrible evening to die.
I stood on my feet, though the world was a tilt, ignoring the salt and the sand and the guilt. I thought of the ocean, the butcher, the priest, but the thirst in my throat was a growling old beast. The boat is at bottom, the whiskey is gone, but the lights of the anchor are still shining on. I brushed off my jacket and straightened my spine, determined to reach that magnificent line.
Get up, Finnegan, there's still beer in the keg. Stop acting like you've got a wooden old leg. The taps are all open, the foam's rising high. It's a terrible, terrible evening to die.
The sailors can keep to their storms and their gales, and the scholars can keep to their books and their tales. For a man like myself it is simple and clear. As long as I'm breathing, I'm chasing a beer.
Fight again! Get up, Finnegan, there's still beer in the keg. Stop acting like you've got a wooden old leg. The taps are all open, the foam's rising high. It's a terrible, terrible evening to die.
I'm up!
I'm up!
I'm up! Move aside, Paddy! Is the first one free? Finnegan's back in town, boys. Pour it tall.
Wait!
I'm leaving, I shouted to the ducks in the sky. No more of the land and the whiskey and lie. I joined up with a crew on a boat made of rust, with a captain who looked like a man you shouldn't trust. We pulled up the anchor and we headed for Spain, just as the clouds started pouring the rain. The harbour was cozy, the harbour was sweet, but the deck of this ship is a mess for my feet. Oh, we set sail and it was a mistake. My stomach is doing a dance, for God's sake. The waves are like mountains, the wind is a roar. I'd give all my gold to be back on the shore. The captain, he shouted, go climb up the mast. I said, Captain, I think that this breath is my last. The salt is in my eyes and the fish are all laughing as I spend all my time on the railing a barfing. The biscuits are rocks and the water is green. It's the worst piece of floating I've ever seen. I miss the soft grass and I miss the dry bed. I'd even take Molly's old insults instead. Oh, we set sail and it was a mistake. My stomach is doing a dance, for God's sake. The waves are like mountains, the wind is a roar. I'd give all my gold to be back on the shore. Hey, storm hit us hard about 3 miles out. The mast gave a crack and the cook gave a shout. We were spinning in circles like a top in a gale, while I tried to find shelter inside of a whale. Well, a bucket. I'm a sailor, I cried, I belong on the foam, but my heart was screaming, please take me back home. The horizon is tipping, the sky is all black, and I'm wondering if there's a way to go back. Hey! Oh, we set sail and it was a mistake. My stomach is doing a dance, for God's sake. The waves are like mountains, the wind is a roar. I'd give all my gold to be back on the shore. The land has its butchers and the land has its debt, but at least on the land you don't get quite this wet. I'll trade in the compass, I'll trade in the chart, for a stool in the pub and a fresh pint of tart. Oh, we set sail and it was a mistake. My stomach is doing a dance, for God's sake. The waves are like mountains, the wind is a roar. I'd give all me gold to be back on the shore. Turn the boat around. I forgot my liver. I'm seasick. I'm everything sick land. I see land.
I sat in the corner while making the lads the kind of companions that make mother sad. I bet me last shilling a pair and a jack, but the dealer was slick and the deck it was black. A fight started brewing, I call him a cheat, and suddenly chairs were flying into the street. I took a left hook that sent me to the floor, and I realized I shouldn't have stayed for one more. I lost my old hat and I ruined my liver, and my honour is floating away down the river. My eye is a plum and my pockets are bare, and I've got several birds that sing deep in my hair. My eye is a plum and my pockets are bare, and I've got several birds that sing deep in my hair. My hat was a treasure from old Galway town, but a giant of a man went and stomped it right down. My liver was screaming, please give us a break, as I drank to the pain of a massive mistake. As for my honour, it fled through the door, and I hid under a table and cried on the floor. The barmaid was swinging a mop like a sword while I prayed for a miracle sent from the Lord. I've lost my old hat and I've ruined my liver, and my honour is floating away down the river. My eye is a plum and my pockets are bare, and I got several birds that sing deep in my hair. My eye is a plum and my pockets are bare, and I got several birds that sing deep in my hair. I woke in the morning the back of a cart with a hole in my boot and a hole in my heart. The sun was too bright for a man in my state as I pondered the cruel and the humorous fate. I can live without pride, I can live without cash, but my hat was a beauty. Now it's only a mash. My dignity's gone and my head is a drum, and I'm looking quite haggard and feeling quite rum. I lost my old hat and I've ruined my liver, and my honour is floating away down the river. My eye is a plum and my pockets are bare, and I got several birds nesting deep in my hair. My eye is a plum and my pockets are bare, and I got several birds nesting deep in my hair. Give me a mirror so I can see the mess of a man who has lived with a touch of excess. I'm battered and ruined and covered in dust, but a drink in the morning is surely a must. I lost my old hat and I ruined my liver, and my honour is floating away down the river. My eye is a plum and my pockets are bare, and I got several birds that sing deep in my hair. My eye is a plum and my pockets are bare, and I got several birds that sing deep in my hair. Does anyone have a hat? Seriously, it's cold. My liver. Oh, my liver. Where's the river?
I went to the brewery to seek out the grace of Father O'Shea with the kind of wrinkled face. He was blessing the vats with a branch and a prayer, while the scent of the barley hung thick in the air. He stood on the edge of the big number 5, the luckiest barrel of port alive. He reached for the water but slipped on the grain, and he let out to cry like a runaway train. Oh, when the breeze fell into the barrel, my boys, the village was filled with the holy old noise. He went in the sinner, well, a saint I should say, but he came out a fountain of the Guinness that day. The bubbles were rising all over his nose as the stout soaked his collar and darkened his clothes. He didn't look angry, he didn't look pained, as he bobbed like a cork while the liquid was drained. He took a small gulp and he shouted, "Hooray! I've seen the high heavens and they're creamy and grey." The nuns were all screaming and clutching their beads, while the priest sang a song about garden-grown seeds. Oh, when the breeze fell into the barrel, my boys, the village was filled with the holy old noise. He went in the sinner, well, a saint I should say, but he came out a fountain of Guinness that day. We pulled him out dripping and smelling of yeast, the happiest, wettest, most spiritual priest. He blessed every bottle and blessed every glass, and cancelled the sermon for Sunday morning mass. He said, "If the spirit is willing and deep, then a barrel of porter is where I shall sleep." Now the pub is the chapel and the bar is the pew, and the father is pouring a sanctified brew. Oh, when the priest fell into the barrel, my boys, the village was filled with the holy old noise. He went in the sinner, well, a saint I should say, but he came out a fountain of Guinness that day. Now some seek the light in a book or a cave, but the father found joy in a dark melty wave. The bishop came down to give him a scold, but he left with the flagon of liquid black gold. Oh, when the priest fell into the barrel, my boys, the village was filled with the holy old noise. He went in the sinner, well, a saint I should say, but he came out a fountain of Guinness that day. Take a sip for the father, amen to the brew. I think I'm feeling religious. Pour me a blessing.
She stood at the door with her arms in a cross and asked me quite clearly just who was the boss. "Where have you been for the last 48? You're messy, you're smelly and horribly late." I took a deep breath and I looked at the floor and started a tale she had not heard before. Well, you see, there was this donkey and a very large hole, and a man who was trying to steal my very soul. I got 7 excuses and not a single truth. I've been a bold liar since the days of my youth. From giants to dragons to a hole in the sky, I look in your eyes and I tell you a lie. The second thing happened, I said with the cough, I was hijacked and we sailed to New York in a minute, just like that. Then a whale ate the boat and I swam back to shore to bring you some flowers, but they're not here no more. She tapped with her foot and she narrowed her eyes as I cooked up a fresh batch of beautiful lies. I got 7 excuses and not a single truth. I've been a bold liar since the days of my youth. From giants to dragons to a hole in the sky, I'll look in your eyes and I'll tell you a lie. The 3rd through the 6th are a bit of a blur, involving a ghost and a talking old cur. But the 7th, my darling, is why I am here. I was trapped in the cellar of Murphy's and beer. The door was jammed shut by a magical spell, and I had to drink everything just to stay well. I waited for mercy, I waited for grace, but I saw the explosion all over her face. I got 7 excuses and not a single truth. I've been a bold liar since the days of my youth. From giants to dragons to a hole in the sky, I'll look in your eyes and I'll tell you a lie. The truth is so boring, the truth is so plain. It's like eating your dinner in the middle of rain. Why say I was drinking with Paddy and Mick when I can say I was fighting a beast with a stick? I got 7 excuses and not a single truth. I've been a bold liar since the days of my youth. From giants to dragons to a hole in the sky, I'll look in your eyes and I'll tell you a lie.
So, do you believe the one about the aliens? No? How about the secret mission for the Pope? Wait,